The 1992 Honda Prelude, known for being a beacon of reliability, a car with wheels. I picked this car up off of a friend 3 months ago. Since then, I've driven it 4 times. That's pretty good by Honda Prelude standards. Today, I want to take it for another drive. I'm meant to be heading to my folks' place. And my dad and I, we used to own a Honda Prelude that we worked on together. That's right, the entire family's insane. It's meant to be 33 degrees Celsius today, which is a lot in Fahrenheit. And the last thing I really have to do to get this thing running right again is put a new thermostat in it. So we're gonna do that today. Maybe a fuel filter as well. Maybe we won't. We'll see. Surgery time. Just down here, you can see the thermostat housing itself, which is where our thermostat needs to eventually wind up being. For those that don't know, this is your thermostat. It's a temperature controlled valve that normally relies on the heat of the motor to move this spring itself, which then opens when the motor is hot, allowing more coolant to pass through the back of the motor. Now, a regular smart person would drain their coolant first, but lucky for you, I am not a regular smart person. No. In fact, I am far from it. Now, my main concern is the second I open up this housing, coolant is gonna go everywhere. So I'm gonna jack the car up and get a bucket underneath. Gaston! 12 eggs. Something else I don't remember. Before everyone gets upset at me with where I'm putting these, this is very legitimately the jack point on 90s Hondas. Little folded over pinch weld here. Slide that right under there. Once again, I can't offer enough of a disclaimer. This isn't the right way to do this. Normally you drain your coolant, but alas, I am both lazy and dumb. Big shout out to everyone I'm about to make cringe by dropping coolant all over the shifter cables. There we go, that thermostat is cracked open. You can see the old thermostat in there. That's gonna drip a lot more once I get it out, so we're gonna get the new thermostat prepped and ready to go in straight away. So you'll notice a little ridge in your thermostat gasket. That's because it sits around this hard edge here. A lot of people make the mistake where they sit it on top or below, and then their thermostat leaks like crazy. It's meant to sit in the center here. I'll just struggle to get that on real quick. Take this old one out. Oh wow, ooh, that's stuck in there. The floodgates, she is open. So that's a new one in there. Get our main hose and we will line it all up again for reinstall. If I remember correctly, the torque spec for one of these bolts is around 12 Newton meters. Perfect. So the one I've just put in is a Trident high flow. This one feels like not that, and also about 7.5 million years old. So naturally, we lost a bit of coolant doing that. So I'm just gonna add some back in and then we'll do a little coolant bleed. Thankfully, I understand what owning a Honda is like. So here's some coolant I prepared earlier. Whoa, I should have paid more attention. Oh, son of a... Don't be like me. Don't work on cars and put things on the front of them or on the cowl. That's how you lose them in the engine bay. Thankfully, bleeding coolant is a pretty easy process on these cars. You just have to have the front jacked up like this, run the car, make sure it gets to temperature, make sure you've got your heat on, and go from there. All right, let's see if it turns on. Big moment for Honda Prelude. Hey, nice. So we're just gonna let it run and keep an eyeball on where our coolant level is. Make sure it's always at the top of the radiator. And we'll also just keep an eye on where our temperature is sitting. All right, we've got warm air coming through the car. Temperature is at solid 95 C, so we are good. Coolant bled. You know the person from the math problems? That's me. You should have seen the look on the face of the guy at Repco when I walked in, and I was like, hi, I can see you have fuel filters for a Honda Prelude on discount for $1 each. Can I take all 7 of them? I'm just gonna get some rags around the bottom of these lines, because given especially that the car was ran recently, these lines are gonna leak when I open them. The important thing to keep in mind when you're undoing fuel lines is they have been in that same position for a very long time. So you don't want to just pull on them and see if you can wedge it loose, because what you're gonna wind up doing is rounding that bolt. You want to get in there, you want to grab, get good grip, and just crack. There you go. So it's at this point I'll get that little bolt that actually holds the bracket in. It's handy to leave in whilst you're loosening the lines, as it just helps keep everything in one spot. Just wiggle that past there. Whoops, spill a little bit. All right, let's get that new fuel filter sat in there. Get these ones tightened up nicely. Perfect. Now this time, when we start the car up, it's probably gonna take a few cranks to get fuel pressure back, because keep in mind, we've just had both those lines off for an extended time. There we go. Make sure we're not dripping fuel anywhere, which we're not, so that's good. Time for a test drive.
Oh, look at Christmas tree coming.
Christmas tree coming? Oh yeah, there's an ambulance down there. Ready?
Ready to go.
Okay.
My life is in your hand. As you know, I'm more the cruiser than the racer. What can I say? Quick.
Accidentally grabbed 5th gear there instead of 3rd.
But still very quick. The yellow one is a bit irritating, but yes.
The engine light? Oh, it's a Honda Prelude.
Of course.
It wouldn't be a Honda Prelude if it didn't have an engine light.
Yes, that's true. That's the engine, the steering, that something says to line up.
I know, incredible, right?